I'm from Stroudsburg, Pennsylvania.
Hager Gilly, Eden, North Carolina.
Travis Ramirez, Yuma, Arizona.
My name's Sarah. I'm from California, Sacramento.
My name is Devin West. I'm from Phoenix, Arizona.
My name is Jonathan Pena, and I'm from Yuma, Arizona.
This is my first year.
This season was my second.
This is my first year.
This is my first season.
This will be my second.
This is my first season.
To make money.
Yavin, the recruiter, he told me to go. Good money.
That was the shortest season I could find. I did my research.
Needed the money. It was a good opportunity, so I sprung for it, and I didn't really regret it.
Money for school, and just fuck around.
My friend told me about it.
They didn't say anything. Trish said that we had memory foam mattresses and blackout curtains. Neither of those things are true. They didn't really say anything about the work other than it was processing salmon.
You meet a ton of cool people, you make connections, you become like a family, but it's a good payout. So that's what I'm excited for.
I found it by myself. I just looked up fisheries and looked at all of the various pros and cons, and this one paid for my flight, my food, my place to stay, and had the shortest season, so I applied here.
My friend Trevor was the one who brought me up. Basically, he said that it's going to be hard work.
And a coworker back home of mine told me about it, and he promised me 3 things. He promised me bitches, a good paycheck, and a summer away from the heat of Arizona. And 2 of those were true. The other one was kind of bullshit, but I'm sure it's a good paycheck.
Travel arrangements are made by the lovely people in the office, specifically Trish and Sharon. Lovely people. I love them. Heart emojis. More or less, they fly you out from wherever you start from. So let's say you're in Georgia, so you fly out of Atlanta, and you go all the way to Dillingham, and they fly you out there in Kentucky. And then you fly back home, wherever home is for you, or possibly a second fishery if it's in the book.
I was called and asked where I wanted to leave from, and then given a date that I would fly out.
Through Trish, she called me, and it was like a week before I left, and she was just like, "So we have your flight set for this date. Does that work for you?" And they're really good about getting you on a plane and getting you here and getting you home. They pay for all your plane tickets, but it's like you don't know exactly where you're going to be. Like you have layovers, and sometimes they're really long layovers. Sometimes it's like you have an hour in the airport to get to your next flight, and you kind of want to like brush your teeth and get something to eat and go to the bathroom and all that. You got to hurry up, but you get to see interesting places and pass a lot of interesting people. Bring your 3DS, get those street passes. I have mine. Tiger balm, Bengay, lots of NyQuil and DayQuil, melatonin, multivitamins, so many shirts, all the jackets, all the pants, and just the shoes on your feet. We give you a pair of rain boots that you pretty much wear around camp.
A lot of medicine and a lot of warm clothes. I didn't bring enough shirts this year, so I would definitely bring a lot of long sleeves and then a lot of pants.
And food, bring snacks. Snacks are important. All of the pain meds, a lot of ibuprofen. Water filter, that was nice. Vitamins, that's important. I brought a heating pad, which was nice.
3DS, but not first. You should definitely bring 2 weeks of clothes. 2 weeks. Because you're going to want to double up on clothing, and there are going to be days where you have a split shift, and your clothes are all soaking wet from cleaning, and then you want to change into some dry clothes and go back into work, so it's not miserable. The laundry people are really good, and they work really hard to make sure everyone's clothes are clean and don't smell like fish.
You should bring a grip of socks, your own boots probably, because some of them are bummy as fuck here. Hoodies, thermals, muscle shirts, just layers, flannels if you can.
It's very bipolar. Some days we'd have 3 days of sun and then 3 days of rain, and a couple days of cloudy.
It's either raining or it's fogging every day,
all day. Or it's super windy and sunny out.
Most of the time it's cloudy and raining. If not, it's pretty cold. We're hitting like 50s, 40s. So yeah, it's pretty cold out right now.
People are great. People are the best part.
It is a mixed bag. It is a mixed bag. Everyone I found has been super agreeable. There's only been 1 or 2 bad apples in the batch, but even then, they aren't really all that bad.
The people are actually really cool. I met a lot of cool people this year. A lot of people from my town I didn't even know came. And like, there's just a lot of friendly people. Everybody's really nice. They help each other out. They give you stuff that, like, if you need, you're sick, they give it to you, so.
Really nice. That's really what's keeping me here. It's the people. It's family.
The people are cool. Some of them are shitty, but everyone's stressed, so I kind of understand. Cigarettes help a lot. If you don't smoke, you're going to start smoking. If you do smoke, don't try to quit, because I tried to quit, and I'm literally smoking.
There is no Wi-Fi, no internet, no cell service unless you buy a GCI phone or have an unlocked phone and pay for GCI service. So if you were planning on, having a bunch of stuff to do on the internet and having all this time to do it, you're wrong. Bring a hard drive, bring a computer, bring shit to do.
There's cell service if you get GCI, the company in Alaska.
No, not unless you have GCI, which it's actually really refreshing not to have your phone, because like you get so used to having it. It's when you get back, it's just gonna be really nice.
Non-existent. I have T-Mobile, so I thought I was going to have service up here, but that does not work.
If you plan on using your phone, don't even think about it. Just your phone's literally meant for music, pictures.
You can use the payphone. You can use the phone that you maybe brought up using GCI, but only GCI.
I borrow people's phones, usually in exchange for snacks.
Use other people's phones. Make friends with people who come up here all the time and who have a phone, or pay for it yourself.
Oh yeah, without a doubt. Especially this past week, I just want to go home. Miss home, miss everybody there.
I don't really get homesick all that much. Ekuk is like a second home to me. It sucked my first year. I hated it the entire time, but looking back, it's one of the best times I've ever had in my entire life.
I do miss my family a little bit, but I'm excited. I'm glad I came here and I got away from everything.
Now that we're winding down, I'm kind of ready to be home, but otherwise I was so busy.
Very, very. Both years I got homesick. This year it was a little easier than last year.
Best day at Ekuk. One of the first days. Like, you get to meet everybody. Everyone's so happy to be here, we weren't all crushed like the end of the season or during 16s or anything. Like, it was just such a lively energy. It was like being at camp again. So.
Best day at Ekuk was the morning that we woke up. Well, it wasn't morning, it was the afternoon at B shift. And I poked my head out in the hall, and Frances was running by, and she's like, "We don't have to be in until 6." I was like, "Yes." Turned around and went back to bed. That was the best day.
I remember one day we were working at 16 and we only had 15 hours. They told us to clean and go home. So we had that extra hour off, felt like a whole lifetime, to where I can actually shower, take a shit, eat. And it was honestly pretty great because those little things really help. So I had multiple good days, but it's the little things that add up.
First day at Ekuk, it was like the 3rd, 16 of that big string we had. Felt like I hadn't been eating much, it was just, I almost fainted on the line. It was not a good day.
Probably about after our first peak, when we're in our 16s for the second peak, your back just hurts, you're tired.
When we were in the middle of the 16s, and I had a sinus infection and a stupid high fever, so I was just shaking so hard I couldn't grab the fish. That was unpleasant.
Yeah, a lot of them. A whole lot of them. Not having any sleep, missing meals, being late.
Third and fourth week here, I was fine. 16s were just hitting me, not that bad, and then out of nowhere you just get slapped and slaps you in the fucking face, and then you wake up and you can't move your hands and your back's locked.
It all depends on the crew you have.
It's tiring. It's not so much. I think if you have a lot of good people on your line and you talk to the people that you work with, it makes it better. But the work itself is tiring. You gotta constantly Yeah, you only have, what, maybe 5 hours of sleep of night. Your back's constantly hurting, your feet hurt. You gotta take medicine all the time just to make sure that you're not hurting while on the line and stuff like that. But it's hard work, but in the end, it's worth it.
It's very tedious on the hands, so be sure to bring that tiger balm. Be sure to bring hand wraps, wrist supports as well.
Climb line, you're standing completely still. Your lower body is rigid, and you just move your arm all day, which doesn't sound hard, but for 16 hours, anything is hard. So it's hard. It's hard work, But it's at the end of the day, it's a good feeling. When you're done with it, you sleep. You don't need any help to sleep ever. You're tired.
It's physically straining because doing anything for 16 hours, you're gonna hurt.
I'll never complain about an 8-hour shift again. Isn't that bad? Because then you just get used to it. And then by the third one, that's when it gets hard.
It wasn't that bad, actually. Once you get used to the break schedule.
I think you have a video of that. You have a video of me in the mess hall, and you're like, "Hey, Devin, how was your first 16?" And I was asleep in my food, and I just look up, and I'm like, "Bah." It was bad, but it was also good because I made money.
It wasn't bad actually. You go through it, you're energized, you're fresh off the fucking plane. You go off and you do 16. It's fun. You're keeping the time. The time was pretty slow, but you get used to it. And then it's just the last 2 hours is where it hits you, and you're dying inside, and you want to be thinking about what the fuck, what's the point? Why are you doing this to yourself? It's, your back's locking up, your hands can't move anymore, and you're just thinking about all the fish that you have on you and how you're gonna sweat fish for a good month. But you get used to it, and you stop bitching.
First peak, I was 3/16. That one was hard. I had a tough time with that one. That's when I started to wake up and be like, man.
Not very fun for anyone, but that's the way it is in the beginning of the season. No one really knows what to do. All the returnees are just kind of getting warmed up and remembering how to do their thing. Just remember, if it's your first week actually doing fish, everyone's going to suck.
The first peak, man, I honestly thought it wasn't going to end. I was like, man, I don't know why I came up here. I don't know why I did this. I was like, I know I need the money.
It was a little stressful. It's okay, this is my life now. It was really nice when it was over. I was like, okay, I can breathe. But I was a little paranoid still. When is it going to happen again? So, bittersweet, I guess. It's yay, I did it, but it's going to come again.
We just fishing for almost 2 weeks straight, and that functions you mentally. I would wake up in the middle of the night, and I would be cutting fish, and I would snap out of it, and my blanket would be in a ball, and I would be using my phone as a knife. So it fries you. You get fried, pretty much. It's like taking acid. You're just done. You just fried after a bit. So yeah, peaks of busy.
Waking up.
Honestly, waking up in the morning.
Talk yourself out of bed in time to go get food before you have to go to work.
Hardest thing to do is to wake up. Waking up is the hardest part. You get to your job, you get into the rhythm, then you phase out. And it's easy at that point, it just hurts. But waking up is where you have to get up again and do the same shit over and die inside a little bit more.
It's either coming here or saying goodbye. Making the decision to come here is pretty hard because you think, oh, I'm gonna make some money. I'm gonna go to Alaska. It's like an adventure, but you're also leaving home, and you don't know what's gonna happen, what's gonna take place. But yeah, leaving is really hard too because you meet all these great people that you basically become brothers and sisters with, and you don't want to say goodbye to them until next year or maybe ever again. And
everything here is simple. Every single job here is a simple task. When you do it over and over and over again for 16 hours at a time, and then another 16, and then another 16, and then another 16, it just gets so hard. That's when it gets hard.
Yes and no. It gets easier with time, but it never stops being hard.
Yeah, the work's really hard. A lot of people here have quit because they're not in the mindset and they don't believe that it's going to be hard. They think it's kind of like a vacation with a little bit of working, but you got to come prepared to work. it's a lot. You got to know what you're gonna be getting yourself into.
Probably depends mostly on your job, what kind of hard it is. Mine was mentally difficult. Some people's are physically difficult.
Very, very, but it's worth it.
But every job is hard, yes. The bucket, yeah, the work's hard. It's hard. It's hard work.
If you like fish, if you like salmon, there's salmon every day, which was good for the first like 2 weeks, and I got sick of salmon a little bit. It has its ups and downs, you know. You'll have rice every day. Every day you'll have rice, 2 out of the 3 meals every day. But they've got every condiment under the sun, so you can change the flavor every day if you want.
You eat fresh caught salmon almost every single day you're in Ekuk. So if you've ever wanted to eat fresh salmon and do that every single day, there's no dairy, or at least little to no dairy. So not really a lot of milk, not really a lot of cheese. Our baked goods are pretty limited. Poppy seed like muffins, those things are, those are lifesavers on breaks. You get those just about every break. A lot of baked goods there, a lot of carbs. They do have some vegetarian options, but kind of lacking just because of having to ship up fresh vegetables. It's kind of expensive and hard to do here in Alaska. So just keep that in mind if you're a vegetarian coming up here.
The cake is bomb. I'm gonna miss the cake. And yeah, all right. I'm a vegetarian, so I'm probably not the best person to ask that question because half the time I couldn't eat it. I ate a lot of potatoes. My life was potatoes and bread and sugar. And I made peanut butter and jelly sandwiches to take with me to work so I didn't have to run back for lunch. And I ate protein bars in the morning.
The food, yes. I was actually surprised. My mindset coming up here was I thought it was gonna be kind of like trashy food, and like it was just gonna be like ready to eat and not very good. But honestly, I was happy with the cooks and stuff. They made it a lot better.
The food is great. Like, it's like mom's cooking. It's really like they take time to make home-cooked meals that everybody likes, everybody wants to eat. And they have multiple choices. It's not like you just eat fish all day. You know, they have steak, or they have like short ribs, or you know, chicken and potatoes and bread and then fish. But then they have rice and menudo, or pork, or some other kind of thing. They have a lot of choices every meal. Mm-hmm. Breakfast, though. Breakfast is breakfast.
The people.
Honestly, my friends and my leads.
The people.
The people.
I'll miss the environment because it's Alaska. Because if I come to Alaska, other than that, the environment's great. The shore is like 2 minutes away. You can walk there. Like the other night, I saw a fox chilling in front of me, and I was smoking a cigarette. I was doing it. It was nice, you know. And then the people are pretty cool. Some of them are shit. You're gonna meet some shit people, but that's any job. But other than that, like the people really keep you going because you make friends here. And I didn't believe that. On the orientation packet, it said, "Oh, your phone's gonna be used for pictures and take pictures of all the friends you meet," and kind of like extra as fuck. But you're gonna make some good friends here. Like I have friends all around the country now.
Seeing everybody every day, you know. It's just when you go like from seeing everyone all the time, every day, to never seeing them, especially for me. I'm the only person from Pennsylvania this year. Everyone else is from like Arizona, and Georgia, and California, and Oregon. So I'm not gonna see anybody for a couple of months.
Just because I made a lot of good friends, I made a lot of like best friends and stuff like that up here. So I think that's what I'm gonna miss the most.
I'm gonna miss the weather when I get back home and it's 110 degrees. It's gonna be great.
If I learned anything here at Ekuk, the motto is work harder, not smarter.
It's gonna be tough. You're gonna want to go home, but don't. It's worth it. You're gonna come out a better person because of it. But just do it. Just do it. Don't let your dreams be dreams. do it.
Bye. Remember, Ekuk's hard.
I hope you decide to come to Ekuk. We need all the people, and we need good, hard worker people, and hope to see you up here.
If you're gonna smoke cigarettes, bring cartons. Bring at least 3. That's gonna last you a month, probably less, and then you can buy them from here. Take them out of your check if they do that again. Come with a friend. Don't come alone. It helps if you have someone here that you know and that you fuck with. Other than that, you're gonna be a loner for a while, but it takes like a good month to get to really know people. But still you're not gonna trust them. You know. Don't be a bitch. Just work. Like, no one likes a little bitch. Like, everyone's hurting. You're gonna hurt. People have bled. People have cried. I haven't bled or cried. I bled a little bit. Like, my nails gonna fall off, so that's pretty chill. But just work hard. We're out here for the same reason, so just keep your mouth shut and don't fucking talk to me. But yeah. Bye. Fuck you, Cook. Love you, but high key, you're gonna miss it.